Example 5.2. In this example, we will solve it for frames subjected to distributed load. Solve the rigid plane frame shown in figure. This is a rigid plane frame. Plane frame means it is composed of two beams which lie in the same plane, and the force acting is also in the same plane. So the frame is fixed at node 1 and node 3. Node 3, you can see here, it is fixed, and node 1 is also fixed, subjected a uniformly distributed load of 1000 pound per foot. This load is uniformly distributed at element 2. The global coordinate axes have been established at node 1. You can see here global coordinates x and y are mentioned here. This is x and this is y. The element lengths are shown in figure. Lengths are also given. You can see here it is its horizontal is 30 feet, but you can find this length of element 1 by using this angle and 30 feet. As we know, cos 45 is base over hypotenuse. The element lengths are shown in figure. Let E value of Young's modulus and area and moment of inertia for both the elements of the frame are given. We start this problem by converting this uniformly distributed load into concentrated load. So this can be done by moments acting at node 2 and node 3 using equations. This is done, we have done it before. How to convert distributed load into concentrated, or nodal force. Node means the force which is acting at a point or node. So, or you can use these equations from chapter 4 or appendix D. The equivalent nodal forces and moments are calculated by. So WL by 2, force at node 2 is W. W is given as 1000, L is 40, and divided by 2. This is the formula used for finding concentrated force, and M2 is the moment at point 2. This can be found by using WL square by 12. So W is the force, L is length, and divided by 12. So this is the force at node 2. This is the moment at node 2. Similarly, the same nodal force and moment will be acting at node 3. So this is the diagram that we will solve in example 5.2. Now we will use again the equation 5.1.11 that we have used already, and find the local stiffness matrices for each element. Then we will add them to form global stiffness matrix. For element 1, angle is 45. You can see in this figure that the element 1 for element 1 the angle is 45 with x axis. So we will use this angle in theta 1 is 45, c and s find out करेंगे. Then length कैसे आप निकाली है, that you know that cos theta is equal to base over hypotenuse. So we need to find the hypotenuse in here. This is 1 to 2 is hypotenuse, base is given, angle is given. You can find the length. Then we'll use equation 5.1.11 to find the local stiffness matrix for element 1. Then we will find similarly uh, we'll find the local stiffness matrix for element 2. Theta 2 for element 2, you can see here the element 2 is in line with x-axis, so angle is 0. So for 0 angle, cos theta is 1 and sin theta is 0. Length is given and you will find the uh, matrix for local stiffness matrix for element 2. Then we will add them, these two matrices K1 and K2, to form global stiffness matrix, and then we will apply the forces and boundary conditions. We'll apply boundary conditions as it was mentioned in the statement that node 1 and node 3 are fixed. Node 1 and node 3 are fixed. So we need to find u2, v2 and solve them simultaneously to find out u2, v2 and phi 2. These are the three displacements at node 2. Then we can find the elemental forces, or these are the elemental forces